Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, hi, hello, welcome. My name is Kyla and my channel is just a plethora of all things. And today, quick disclaimer, I have all three animals here with me, so if you hear them, they say hello in advance. This is a fun video. I did something like this a little bit ago and it was reacting to my followers' unpopular opinions, but this time I just asked you guys, what is a doll that a lot of people seem to love and you just don't understand the hype for? I know I have my couple. I might share those with you at the end depending on how long this video is, but I asked on YouTube and over on Instagram as well. So just because this is kind of a little bit of a controversial video, I'm going to keep the identities of the people that said these private, just so nobody goes after them and why do you hate this doll? You know, all the crazy things that people do, you know what I mean. So with that being said, just keep your comments positive and polite down below. Some of these I agree with, others I was kind of shocked to see these dolls on the list. So let's get right into it. We are going to start with Caroline Abbott, and this was shocking to me because I have this doll and I absolutely love her, even though mine kind of has a history of knocking over anyone that stands next to her. I'm not even lying to you guys. This happened just the other day. I was rearranging the display and I put Yasmin, of all dolls, next to Caroline, and she fell down and I was like, okay, this isn't even funny anymore. So I love Caroline. She's one of my absolute favorites. So I was super shocked to see her submitted by a couple different people, and it was just because the one said it was just because she's plain, and I can see that. There's really nothing. She's a classic mold with the blonde hair and blue eyes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I myself have blonde hair and blue eyes, if you guys have seen me, so there's literally nothing wrong with that. It's one of my favorite combinations for as basic as it is. She's a very simple doll. Her wig was another reason people don't like her, because it is very long and curly, and that can be sometimes difficult for people to manage. Speaking of which, I really need to recurl mine because it is not looking good at the moment. But I was super surprised to see her on here. But she compared to a lot of the other dolls, nothing really stands out about Caroline except her unique eye color. Next, we have Sonali Matthews. So this doll was the whole reason I wanted to make this video, because I actually have her. She belongs to my sister, and if you don't know, my sister lent me her 6 dolls for me to hold on to until she would like them back. So I recently came into possession of a Sonali, and I have her. I think she's a very beautiful doll. I love the face mold. I just think it looks better on dolls like Cecile and 67, who I have also. So this doll is very, very overhyped because she created a new face mold, which is awesome. She has this really long, black, luxurious wig. It reminds me a lot of 84, who I also own and adore. Her meat outfit was something that people were not a fan of, and I myself have to agree. It just looks weird, and I don't really, it's not cool. I think it was kind of a bad move to put her next to Chrissa, who's supposed to be like the star, and Sonali be like this whole new doll with a whole new face mold and everything. It wasn't a good move, and I think she definitely overshadowed Chrissa, and then definitely Gwen, who it looks like they put no time and effort into at all because she's just a recycled Truly Me. So that is my opinion on Sonali. I 100% agree with this. I feel that if my sister did not loan her to me, then I probably would not have sought out this doll to buy myself. Speaking of Chrissa, she was also mentioned by one of you, and I was kind of surprised to see this. I know that she's kind of like she gets lost in the Girl of the Years because she's not super special, except her story. She does have the best story. I've seen tons and tons of people talk about that, and her movie is actually the only Girl of the Year movie I've ever seen, and I absolutely love it. I just watched it a couple months ago with my cousins for the first time in like a decade, and it is still an incredible story. So yeah, she's just kind of there's no features that really jump out. She's just a Josefina with blue eyes and the short brown hair. So again, you put her next to Sonali, and she's supposed to be the star, and she's not. So I don't see her super overhyped. So that's why I was kind of surprised to see her on this list. But I mean, I don't know. I think she's cute, so I don't really have anything negative to say about poor Chrissa. Next up, we have Mckenna, and I'm not going to lie, a lot of you submitted Girl of the Years, so we're going to do those really quickly because there was a lot of them. So Mckenna she resembles Chrissa very, very closely because of the fact that they're kind of just the same doll with different hair. And one of you actually pointed out to me that Mckenna was not the first Girl of the Year without a part. It was actually Kaylee Hopkins of 2003, and people tend to forget about her, probably because she was only the second Gotti. Her collection was super small, and, nothing really stood out about Kaylee, which I have recently started looking into the Kaylee doll more, and I think she's actually really cute. So Mckenna, I was kind of surprised to see on this list, but I kind of wasn't, because I know a lot of people are like, I love her because you can do so much with her hair, and then others are just like, no, I really don't care for her because she's just a basic light-skinned Josefina mold. So I can see where both sides are valid. Here we have Kira Bailey, and I expected this. I fully expected this because of the fact that everyone says she looks like a mixture of a bunch of different dolls just thrown together, mainly Julie. So I actually own them both, and yes, there are similarities and things like that, but I prefer Kira over Julie 1,000,000%. And I see why people don't like her, but I don't think she deserves all the hate that she gets. So that's all I'm going to say. Like, if you're not a Kira fan, that's totally cool. Like, it doesn't bother me at all. But I myself am a Kira lover, so I think her collection was really nice. She's really cute. I love her wig, and she's a really nice doll in my opinion. One of you said our current Girl of the Year, Corinne Tan, and I kind of expected this as well. So she is a bit different because she has the colored hair, although it is not all colored. She does have the gorgeous, gorgeous blue tone in her hair. She also has the painted on eyelashes, kind of like the World by Us girls. And, of course, a beautiful new face mold. But those are probably reasons why people are not the biggest fan of her. Not the face mold, because the face mold is gorgeous. Most likely because of the eyelashes and the colored hair. I know, and you all probably know my opinion on dolls with colored hair. Corinne, I do own, and I absolutely love. I think it works really well for her. It just kind of fits her super, super well. And since it's not an insane amount of unnatural hair color, I can get behind it. I think she looks really cute. I was expecting her, like I said, but at the same time I wasn't, because she's so unique and different. So I'm not really sure. I thought I was going to hate her, and I absolutely adore her. So, I mean, if you're not a fan of Corinne, I think you should, if you can, check her out in person, because my opinion of her really, really did change when I saw her on her release day at the American Girl Place. This is our last Girl of the Year, and it is Kanani Akina. So in the case of Sonali, I kind of expected her to be on this list. I actually own a Kanani. She's my second Kanani because I bought my first one in a Facebook group, and then I wasn't really connecting with her, so I customized her into Chloe, and then I found this lot of dolls, and Kanani was in it, and so I have a second Kanani, and she's in a lot better condition than my first one was. So I went through this phase where I really liked her, because at first I didn't, and then I did, and then I was kind of just like, okay, whatever, and now I absolutely love her again. I can see why she's overhyped, though. I totally get it. She's a very, very beautiful doll. She really is. And her collection, although it wasn't my favorite in the beginning, I have grown to appreciate it, and now am looking to add to it so she can wear more things, of course. So I get why she's on here, but at the same time, I myself am a Kanani fan. Moving back to the historicals, we have Samantha Parkington. So I was kind of surprised to see this because she is one of the original three, and spoiler alert, neither one of the other original three were on here. So I own Samantha. She was my fourth doll, so I have like not the original, but I have the early 2000s version, and her movie is my second favorite movie. I love her collection and Nellie's collection, even the Be Forever Samantha collection. Samantha's whole collection is one of my absolute favorites. I mean, yes, she is kind of a basic looking doll, but we have to remember when these dolls were created, there was only one face mold. It was kind of just like I guess they were just trying to see if this would work out, and of course it did. So what I'm trying to say is I was really surprised to see her on this list. Here we have Truly Me 23, and to be totally honest with you guys, this is a doll that gets like forgotten about for me. I don't really remember that she exists. Nothing about her stands out to me. So I don't know if a ton of people have her or not. So she was kind of like an outlier in this, but I don't know. Maybe that's just because there's so many Truly Me's, and some of them really just do get lost. Right along with 23, somebody also said 22, and this doll, I know a lot of people have her. I know that some people do not, the hair flip is not for everybody, which I totally get that. This doll wouldn't really stick out to me if Koa Lynn Life didn't have her or if my cousins didn't have her. So to me, when I think of this doll, I think of Koa and Alex, and then when I think of this doll, I also think of my cousins and their doll Paige. So this doll stands out to me only because, people that are close to me have her. I know a ton of other people do have her, but if you had to ask me like which I prefer, I would prefer like the doll like 24 or 27. I don't know. This one I kind of agree with because she's not my favorite. I shouldn't be laughing about this one, but I honestly am because I knew she was going to be on here multiple times, and that is the controversial Tenney Grant. I think she is the most controversial doll American Girl has ever released. I really don't think any other doll could top this controversy at this point. So just to clear things up, I love her. I have a Tenney. Her name is Esty in my collection, and I really do love her. I'm a Tenney fan. Not a stan, but I am a fan. So I've heard people say they don't like her face mold. They don't like her eye color, her freckles, her unique hand shape, her wig. To some people looks ratty. It is not. It is a very thick, beautiful wig, and you just have to know kind of how to manage doll curls. It's kind of like Caroline's, or, oh my gosh, I can't even remember who else comes to mind because it's different curls than dolls, say, like Cecile or Gabriella. It's different, but it is big, luxurious curls, and you just have to know, how to take care of them. So I get why people don't like her. She's very different from a lot of things American Girl has released, but she's also kind of similar, with her classic looking face mold and her long blonde wig. And the only thing I really don't like about her, is her name, and that's why I changed mine because it's not my favorite, but I do like her. I really adore her collection, but I also, like I said, I do completely understand why people, I don't want to say despise, but I mean, there are some Tenney despisers out there, and that's totally fine. Like, I'll still be your friend. Just, I love Tenney, and that's really all I have to say. Since this video went on a little bit longer than I anticipated, I hope I was able to get to everyone's submissions. If not, I do apologize. I will also not be covering my opinions on dolls that I think are overrated and, I don't get the buzz about. But if you would like me to share my own opinions in a separate video, let me know in the comments down below. If you have not already, go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a positive and polite comment down below, hit that subscribe button to join the fam. We are super, super close to 1,000, and tap that really cool notification bell so you can know the exact moment I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.